Catch me, I be on my mission. Catch me, candid for these lenses. Catch me, one day whipping in these benches. Catch me, catch me, catch me. Catch me, like we playing on. Roll one, and you gon' sing along. Hey, sip some, and you gon' get your dance on. Catch me, catch me, catch me, yeah. Drowning in ambition now.
How you feeling, bro? You good?
I'm okay.
Listen, yeah, thank you for coming on the show, bro.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I know we're starting off a rough patch, but you were telling your story about Verbb, about where your music journey all came about.
Okay.
Yeah, let's continue with that.
All right. So like, verb is like I said earlier, verb is an action word.
Yeah.
Or a doing word. So you probably from that you can get what it means, for someone to be called verb.
Yeah. So why did you come with that verb? Why verb? Were you always active when you were young? You like running around?
Actually, funny enough, when I was a kid, right, I used to really be gentle. Like I used to be like that low-key type of boy.
Someone that's never like to be out and about. You were indoors a lot.
I can't, okay, truth is, I used to be low-key at some point, but then, when I started getting to my teenage years, and then I found, like, I had a flair for creativity, that brought out the verb in me.
The verb in you. So you speak through your music. You do your action through your music. Is that what you're saying?
Not necessarily just music,
okay,
but yeah, through art.
Through art. But where are you from, bro, if I may ask?
Say that again?
Where are you from?
I'm from Lagos, Nigeria. I was born in Lagos, Nigeria.
We bring in the Nigerian flavor here to South Africa.
What are we gonna do?
So you from Nigeria, right?
Sure.
Have you worked with big Nigerian artists like Pan-Africanism before? Oh, that's still in the pipeline. It's manifested,
Yeah, well, let's say it's in the works.
In the works. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, so, but like I've had the opportunity to create with a lot of like Nigerian artists who are like senior colleagues and also in the limelight.
Yeah.
So
wow. But you now in Cape Town, you're working with big name artists like Youngster, right?
Yeah.
With Rafi, right?
Yeah.
So you're a sound engineer. You produce music for them. That's what your profession is all about.
That's what I do. Actually.
So tell us about the process. How's it like making music for those kind of guys?
Basically, I like to see art, like music as art. It's just like you being given like an empty canvas, to paint on. You know what I mean? Like, so like music is more like expressing yourself
in that moment.
Like through the media, like art generally is like expressing yourself through like the medium given to you. So if you were given like a canvas, then you can paint the colors. So if you're given like a microphone also, you can express yourself. Or if you're given a digital audio workspace, you can express yourself. So working with like other creatives, far and wide, like from different regions of the world, has been very helpful, to like help me diversify in how I relate, my art. And also like it's heightened my experience. It's broadened how I see life generally because there's a lot of philosophy behind everyone's music and talent.
Yeah. What's your philosophy?
Well, like spread love.
Spread love. Make love music.
Very much so.
Serious?
Very much so.
So describe your musical taste.
Okay. I'd say I make music that gives you eargasms.
Oh, I love that word, eargasms. Okay.
So like for me, when it comes to the art, I love it to be original. I love it to be original, untainted. Straight up. Like what word would I use? Say like unadulterated type of art. Like it's not too much, not too influenced by factors that don't matter. But also I do also draw a lot of inspiration from existing artists, previous, people who have created in other eras because I'm like a sucker for history, so I love I love that flair. I love to know what happened, before our time.
So who did you look up to, like when it comes to like for your own music creation?
Well, I actually draw inspiration from almost anything, to be honest. You know, from the way of life, culture, my experiences. You know, from God, of course. You know, nature. You know, the universe is like
Okay.
full of immense possibilities.
Would you say you're very spiritual? You're connecting with your inner self?
Most definitely.
Okay, okay.
And like, you know, God, you know, the supernatural
Yeah.
creator, of course. I am an artist, like I create, so I actually believe
so
that,
there's yeah, sorry. No, continue. You believe?
yeah, so I believe that like we are also created by, you know, a supernatural
Oh,
being.
okay.
That's, it's evident, to be honest,
What would you say is evident? What makes you so confident in that?
because of how like how the whole world works. You know, like only a dumb person is going to see the formulations of the sky and think it's a big bang. You understand?
Yeah, I get you.
You know, see, you can see all day watching the contours and the forms and shapes of the skies. You know, the tree. If you like watch documentaries about how a seed grows, you know, it's so intriguing.
Really?
About,
You like this sort of stuff, right? Like you like to empower yourself with knowledge and see how things work and how things come to be into existence. Huh?
It's not actually like I would say that it's important as, you know, someone who lives here on earth,
Yeah.
to familiarize yourself
The surroundings.
with the environment that
Yeah.
you are in.
Yeah.
That's one of the first things I like to do. You know, when I get to a new place, I want to familiarize myself. So that's pretty much how I see life, because I believe we are all here for a purpose. You know,
Okay.
so like I'm trying to familiarize myself all the time with things happening here and there, and that's why I like to also, you know, create. It's also affected my creativity. I love to create far and wide. You know, I don't just limit myself to a geographical scope
Yeah.
when it comes to my creativity.
You mentioned Pan-Africa. What does that mean to you?
You know, like I believe in the fact that as Africans we are, you know, we are strong than how much we portray ourselves to be.
Yeah.
You know, we are stronger than that. I'd love to believe that there's a lot of culture imbibed in our way of life. There's a lot of emulations. You know, there's a lot of like cultural patterns that are worthy of emulations. You know, that history has not been too fair on us with. So I believe that, you know, as creatives we can tell that story more.
Is that what Pan-Africa means?
What's that?
Pan-African.
Yeah, Pan-African. It actually means like a movement of people who value the cultural normalcy of Africa, like the emergence of how Africa, you know, when you talk about Africa, you're obviously referring to the way of life of Africa, you know, the culture. And culture is like the way of life, how people live, how people express themselves, how people go about their daily life.
Yeah.
You understand? So yeah,
that's
pretty
powerful,
much
that's
that's it.
powerful.
So like, you know, focusing more on that and looking less on outside, you know, it's more like looking inwardly.
Yeah.
And not
So
focusing
getting more in touch with your heritage,
you
your
understand?
tradition.
Do you understand? So getting more inclined to that, to where you are from, you know.
So that being said, that's how you believe and that's how you should, like, that's what you are, a Pan-African.
Yeah, I am human.
Yeah.
You know, I would love to describe myself
Yeah.
as human as every other person. But like when it comes to like Pan-Africanism, I draw quite a good number of inspiration. I wouldn't identify as anything except human,
Yeah.
you know, but then I draw a lot of inspiration and I learn from, you know, like the way Africa is in itself as a culture. Do you understand? So, and you know, it has a lot to do with Pan-Africanism.
So how do you apply your heritage, your culture, into your music? You know, and your creativity now. You know, how do you do that? So,
Okay, so like if you listen to my music, you'd see that I actually reference African women. You know, when I'm talking about my women, I like to talk about African women, and you know, I talk about Africa, like places in Africa too. You know, and also like from like my appearance, you can tell that I have an African, you know.
But you're not going to Africa now. What's going on?
There's actually a lot going on.
Wait,
you
talk
know,
to me.
African. Do you know fashion started in Africa?
Seriously, tell me how, like with the
Like
material.
expressive fashion.
Oh, like colorful clothing.
You know the embellishments. If you see pictures of like if you see not evidently like not color photography now. I'm saying like the way our ancestors were. You notice that they love embellishments a lot. Like they you from like the ring on my head, you can tell that.
What does that mean?
like,
also, what does that mean? Like,
yeah,
what is the symbol?
it's
Something
just
like-
embellishments. Like Africa
okay.
love. There are some tribes in Africa that
Yeah.
they pierce their nose.
Yeah.
They pierce their ears.
Yes,
You understand? Some even pierce their tongue.
Yeah.
Their lips.
So
Do you understand that?
I
And their
get you.
body, they have like body markings. Like some have tribal marks and all
Yes.
of that. So like
so that's what you mean by
Do you
Pan-African,
understand what I'm
connecting to
saying?
your roots. Your,
to the heritage, but obviously in a modern way.
Okay.
You understand that.
instead of like looking at Western culture or Europe.
Obviously, I draw inspiration from that.
Oh, you do, okay.
But
But you're trying to combine it and make it
Do you
your own,
understand what I'm saying
your
now?
own unique way.
I think it's I'm emphasizing more.
Because that's what creative
being-
is all about.
Exactly.
You combine all the elements to make your unique identity.
Very true.
That's amazing stuff.
Very true.
Going back to the music now.
Okay.
You mentioned with the youngster, you mentioned all the great artistries. Like of all those, what experiences have you gone through? With them.
Okay. Working with youngsters is like more of like you working with an intelligent person.
Mm.
Like sometimes people just have like an outward appearance, of other people, and you don't get to know them until you sit with them. When I
Yes.
first listened to youngsters' music, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
this guy is good.
Yes.
And then I boxed myself into seeing him as a rapper.
Yes.
But then when I met him personally, I figured he's a philosopher. Like he's so smart, he's intelligent.
Yes,
His
yes.
intelligence is impeccable. Like he's
Wow.
full of thought. The way he sees life,
Yeah.
and the way he raps about it, he's so
So
intelligent.
did you just how did you connect with all these guys? Did you just like because you're from Nigeria? Did you just come to Cape Town? You're like listening, come let's work.
Okay, so it's a funny story. Yeah. There's a friend of mine named
Yeah.
Rafdon.
Yeah.
So, Rafdon.
Yeah, yeah.
So we actually connected back when I was in Lagos. Because
Okay.
like I was really popping back then in Lagos before I moved to Cape Town, because I had like a lot of songs produced by a couple of A-list artists that I produced for like a couple of A-list artists. So he saw my page on Instagram and he reached out to me, and we were talking about music, and then he sent me some of his stuff, and then I worked on it and it was wow. So I came to Cape Town to visit, and then I hung out with him, and we were talking about music, and he was playing music for me, and he had featured Youngster already
Yeah.
on the song, but it wasn't engineered or mixed yet. So
But okay, that's so cool. So you convinced you to come here to Cape Town?
yeah, I actually came to visit, to be
But-
honest.
So how long ago was this?
It was like it's been like 2 years ago.
2 years,
Yeah.
bro.
So
You
like
came too comfortable, no?
you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he was like, "Oh, bro, you don't have to go back, test
Yeah.
new waters." And I was like, "Oh, that's actually true. Like I've
Yeah.
been looking to,
Test new
like,
waters.
test new waters, create with like new people, diversify."
But have you feel like you grown since your time here in the 2 years in Cape Town?
Most definitely,
Mm.
yes. One of the beautiful things about Cape Town is
Yeah.
the diversity of people.
Okay.
Like there's like a lot of people from different races, different cultural and life beliefs.
Yes.
Like foreigners also who come around to visit and all
Yes.
of that. So
But don't you think Cape Town's a bit too small for your creativity though?
well,
like you need the whole of Africa to experience it, not just Cape Town.
well actually, I believe in growth,
Yeah.
step by step.
Yes.
And I feel like, one way or the other, it's just like a Lego, like a brick.
Yes.
You are connecting the dots. And don't be mistaken, the world is a social media world now.
Yes.
You can just be in the corner of your room and sleep as an unpopular person today, and then wake up tomorrow.
And you blow
and
up.
your TikTok is going wow.
Yeah.
That type of thing. That's how life is right now.
But
So like we are in that era now that the world is connected via the social media. platform
Wouldn't
and
you
the
want
internet.
to just instead of just relying on social media, wouldn't you want to also connect with the people physically? Go to the hood, go to to back to Nigeria to show, like, I'm back. This is what I've learned. Let me show you what I've experienced in Cape Town.
Most definitely,
You know,
reconnect.
reconnect,
That's the beauty of life. That's why I love the fact that life is in phases. You understand what I mean? So, like, at the moment, like, I've created in Nigeria a lot. Met with like a lot of creatives. From the low level of the to the lower, from the lower level to the upper echelon. And then, like, I have connected with them. Built something with them. So I'm also here in Cape Town. Working and building something too. And once the wind of life blows me
to the
that
new
next level,
then you will move.
you will be the first to discover.
Okay. Verb, I would like to continue this conversation, but time is running out, brother.
It's okay, bro.
Any lessons that you want to share to the young upcoming sound engineers that's looking up to you and hearing your story, that also wants to blow the wind to the next phases in life and to expand their creativity?
Okay, I'd say two things. The first thing I would say is get out of your head.
That's too easy to say. Like, what does that mean? Like, people say, like, what do you mean get out of my head? It's not easy. Just like
there's a lot of talented people out here.
Yeah.
The world is full
What
of.
made you did what you did? Are you gonna
What
say
aspect of what I did?
Yeah. Like, what you said you got out of your head. Did you do that? You got out of your head?
I am constantly doing it. Being human is a struggle to get out. Sometimes you listen to what you create and you're like, oh, I did this. But yes,
So you just
did it, but it's not just you who can do it. There's like 1,000,001 other people who can also do the same thing or even better than you. So first you need to get out of your head. And the second advice is keep chasing
your
that
dreams.
cheese.
The cheese. Keep chasing that cheese, guys. Keep chasing
Chase
that
your
cheese.
dreams,
Chase
go
it.
for it. But while on the run,
Yeah.
get out of your head.
Get
Don't be too intrinsic with
Don't
your-
overthink.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
Okay.
don't think you are the only commodity.
Yeah. There's other people out there, so
You
you
understand?
need to set yourself apart from everyone else.
So that helps you to be more versatile, and that helps you to be more accommodating.
Yeah.
Because you actually don't know where, like, you can't box yourself into a setting or a field or like an expectation.
Yeah.
Because, like, the way life works, like, is different. There's like immense possibilities. Like, from the way I actually like move all my life, I've noticed that, like, it is always something I'm not expecting. So, like, you don't know where your blessing is going to come from. You don't know where the next step or the next level that you need to get to is going to come from. So don't think that you're there yet. Get out of your head. Embrace opportunities, and
Enjoy the ride.
the sky is big enough for everyone to fly. Actually.
Amen to that. Thank you so much, Verb. I appreciate it.
Yes.
Give you like the audience, where can they find your music and whatnot, social media?
Okay, yeah. It's your boy Verbb, Verbb in capital letters, of course. And you can get my music on all music platforms, from Spotify to Apple Music, AudioMac, YouTube, everywhere. And connect with me also on social media via Verbb Music, VERBBMUSIC. Catch ya.
There you have it. That's me, Crazy Kind Out. See you on the next one. Peace.
Sip some, and you gon' get your dance on. Catch me, catch me, catch me, yeah. Drowning in ambition now. Wet.